Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 1611 Southeast Sandy Road here in Troutdale. We're located in the basement of the home up against the rear foundation wall. We've got a 4-inch cast iron cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We currently have water running, or will here in just a moment. Here we go. It looks like it's transitioning to a different pipe material here. Right off the bat, it looks like ABS plastic. This might be orange work pipe though. Got a lot of standing water amongst it. Alright, we'll take a better look at that section there on the way out when it's all drained. It transitions here over to PVC pipe. Okay, that section of pipe we just went through, that black pipe there, that does actually appear to be Orangeburg. It's not ABS plastic. There's a lot of deformations in it. It's got standing water. Now that section will map out for repair at the end. Okay, locate the camera head successfully here at the secondary cleanout. We're going to move to this here once we reel back in and map out the Orangeburg pipe, and then finish up the scope from the secondary cleanout. All the water is, for the most part, drained out of the line at this point here. I know that we're going to have a toilet flush come down in just a moment. And a portion of this has been updated. Unfortunately, the Orangeburg was not dealt with. It's a product that was banned in the late 50s. It's essentially cardboard impregnated with tar paper, with tar. It's tar paper rolled up into a tube. It's the reason why, and it was banned in the late 50s because under even just a couple feet of ground, it tends to get smashed flat like a pancake. But it's the reason why there's standing water everywhere in it. And we'll have a better view here in just a moment of it. We'll see how deformed this is. That big lump there in the middle of the pipe, that's the pipe material itself having to flex over the top of a rock or something of that nature. We'll get all this mapped out. We'll have a white X or T at each end of the repair and white dots or lines in between showing the direction it goes. Alrighty, we are at 4 feet 9 inches deep, and again, this is in the left side yard. We're almost directly behind the detached garage out into the grass, and I have a white T marking there indicating the transition point. Right off the bat, we're already into about an inch of standing water. And I know I saw roots a moment ago at a certain point, but regardless, and that joint we just went past there had roots in it. You can see all these big lumps and bumps. That's the pipe material itself that's deformed. So I highly recommend this be removed and replaced with ABS plastic or PVC, something of that nature. We've got roots there. And we'll take this back to the cast iron transition. But this is a spot where at some point this whole piece of pipe here will likely get smashed flat. But all those bumps and lumps in the pipe there will perforate. But this is a spot where clogs will very, very easily occur. So from here I'm pushed just in front of the transition point, so I'm not trying to locate on a turn. From here at 25 feet out to 54 feet, I recommend replacing the pipe. Okay, we're about 6 feet deep here. I have a white X just adjacent to a paver on the left side of the house. The transition here is actually underneath the paver. I just didn't want to put paint on top of that. So keep that in mind when digging. You will have to go underneath the concrete paver out there to get to the transition point. Now that thing right there dangling from the top of the pipe, that could be a whole lot of different things. This line is old. A lot of stuff goes down these things. You could have cobwebs that have kind of bubbled up and making that shape. That is not indicative of a root, though. Generally, if you've got roots, it sort of looks like one, but generally you're going to have root hairs protruding out from that. It looks like something got stuck there, and it's a bunch of junk's built up over the top of it over time. So it's one of those spots you really just can't verify that it does not appear to be ordered. Now, the cast iron pipe here is still in fair condition. I don't recommend replacing this at this point. Highly recommend the Orangeburg be replaced though. We're going to now move out to the secondary cleanout. At the far left side of the property, it's right where the property line meets up with a little driveway or access road for the neighbor. And that cleanout is right up against the fence line there. It's white PVC. All right, we've moved out here to the secondary cleanout. Like I said, right up against this fence and this driveway here for the neighbor's house. And the repair is back there in the yard area. Almost all of it, other than a paver you might have to move, is underneath dirt. And we're going to keep running out here. Here we go. They just transitioned there to 3034 PVC pipe. It looks like there was one spot where it might have belled out to 6-inch. I think it's remained 4-inch though to this point here. A little bit of standing water here. It looks like we might have to move to yet again another clean out. That we just went past there, it looks like a clean out. Might be a test tee. Yeah, we're gonna have to move to the clean out there. All right, we just located this particular spot here over in the neighbor's yard, the property directly to the left of this one. And I just, as I was reeling back here, saw water trickling down from that. So we're going to have the neighbor do a toilet flush here just so we can show in a recording that they are tied together. I would just recommend looking into how responsibility is divvied up here. Usually by the time they're shared, they're either both homes' responsibility or the city has taken responsibility for this portion. I would look into that. Alright, and there is the toilet flush from the neighbor's house tying in there. Now we're going to go ahead and reel the camera on out of the line. Here, just about to reel the camera out of the line. Aside from the section of Orangeburg, which again stretches from 25 feet to 54 feet, which I highly recommend be replaced. The stuff is completely shot at this point. It's deformed everywhere. It's got standing water and roots in it. And it does bell out here to 6-inch pipe, it looks like. Aside from the Orangeburg section, though, the rest of the line is in good condition, has good flow, and is functioning properly. Make sure you get a rescope done after the repair is finished to make sure that looks good. A lot of problems happen at the time of installation. You want to make sure that that thing looks good either before or after it gets buried, but before the repair guys pack up and walk away, you want to make sure it looks okay. Well, we made it all the way over to the middle of the neighbor's backyard there where they tie in together. And we made it past that point, but that's looking good. Just make sure you find out how responsibility is divvied up.